What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers Wave 1, which consists of Fei Long, Chun Li, and Ryu. I know I'm about a year and a half behind the curve with these figures, but I haven't been collecting that long. And, you know, in light of the recent releases from Jada of Blanka and Sagat, those figures look awesome. So I want to get caught up with the first three waves, you know, having videos out for them. But I want to look at their boxes really quick because these are kind of unique looking boxes. They look like that old school kind of box, you know, arcade system look, and they look really, really cool. And each individual box has a picture, you know, on the back of the figure that's featured, and you know, of the like the player select out the bottom. And I think that's really awesome. But let's get them out of the box and take a closer look at them. All right, my God, these three things are awesome. I can't believe these are only $25. Anyways, let's start with Chun Li. Let's do ladies first. Let's begin like we always do, and let's see how tall she is. Couldn't even get my ruler right. To the top of her little nubbins, she is about 5 3/4 inches tall, and that would make her 14.5 centimeters, give or take. Let's start with her aesthetic and see how good she looks. That face is pretty good. I've heard Jada has a little bit of issues with like their faces being accurate or inaccurate or whatever. Let's grab her box real quick and see how far off the look actually is. I'll take it. I'll take it. For 25 bucks, I will take that. It looks really good. The makeup and stuff that they did on her face looks really nice. The hair looks good. It actually looks like there's just the slightest bit of dry brushing in there. I don't know if the camera is showing it, but there's a little bit. The little buns look good. The paint all over her outfit looks really nice. There's nice texturing on here. It's a nice matte finish all over the entire figure, and it looks really good. Got a little bit of, I can't tell if that's airbrush or some kind of tampography kind of shading right there in the forearms, if you can see that, but it looks pretty decent. Her little spiky wrist bracelets right here look pretty good. I mean, they could probably look just a little bit better, but for 25 bucks, I am absolutely not going to complain too much. I think it looks pretty good. These aren't painted. Her legs, this is just that color plastic, but I think it looks really nice. And the boots probably could use a wash or something like that to make them pop a little bit, but there's some decent detail in the boots, a little bit of eyelets and the laces and stuff, so it actually looks pretty decent. On the back here, again, the paint all looks pretty good. No splotchy or crappy portions missing there. The paint on these little ribbons could probably be a little bit better, but again, for 25 bucks, she looks pretty darn good. Her build is good. Maybe a little bit bigger in the muscularity of the legs, and I'm doing this just for educational purposes.
Yeah, right.
But there actually is like underwear underneath there, and she has a little bit of booty. So I think the aesthetic on this figure looks pretty darn good. Let's try her articulation really quick, see how she moves around. These heads move really good up and down and all around, and I suspect I know what the head is sitting on, and it is a double ball peg, sort of. This right here, it's like a ball peg, and then it's on the neck that's kind of moving around, and it feels like this neck down in here, if you can see, that looks like there's like a hinge right there, but it's kind of functioning like a double ball peg, and I have zero problem with it because it looks really good, and you get whatever kind of range you want to get out of it. This looks really good. Her little bonnet, or not bonnets, excuse me, her little shoulder caps still allow her shoulders to come out to about 90, so I'm not going to complain there. They're just on like a hinge, and then there's a ball peg that pegs inside and connects it. They didn't do a butterfly, and I'm actually glad that they didn't. That actually saved the sculpt and stuff, and butterflies usually don't work that well. Anyway, there's a bicep swivel that's hidden underneath the little cuff of these little shoulder poofs, so I like that. It's got like the pinless insert molded joints right here for the elbows. Not my favorite look right in there in like the anti-cubital space of the elbow, but they look really good and function perfectly fine. If you engage it, you can get it all the way up like that, so pretty good. The wrists are on hinges, but her little bracelets are going to inhibit that just a little bit. But to be honest, I don't really have a problem with that. I think it's just fine. The abdomen, tons of range right here. I think there's like a ball peg up in here, and then there's like a ball peg down in here, because you get a lot of swivel just at the diaphragm, excuse me, brake portion of it, and that moves really well. And then this ball peg down here, you can get all kinds of twist and different angles. So she leans forward great, leans back great, tons of tilt, anything you're looking for. Now I'm going to move her arms out. Legs all the way out to the side with zero problem. And if we look up in there, it's not much. It's not a super complex system. If you can see, there's just basically just a little ball peg up in there, and it's like on a hinge, and it just allows it to move around however you want. Got a thigh swivel right here that's kind of cut in there, but it's not that big of a deal. It's a little bit noticeable, but not too bad. Again, pinless insert, molded double jointed knee, very good. And the what do you want to say? Proportions look pretty good as well. Does have a shin swivel right there, and it's hidden by the boot, so I really like that. Ankle goes all the way down and all the way up, so that's awesome. And it does have a really nice ankle rocker. No toe brake, and I am perfectly fine with that.
Thank you.
Because toe brakes suck and they hardly ever work good. So this is really, really nice. Let's look at her accessories really quick. She comes with this faceplate, this two heads, this head right here on her in the package. She also has this kind of yelling face right here, and it looks super good. That looks really good. I know people have been complaining about Jada's like head sculpts in their faces. I think that looks really, really good. She also comes with 4 hands, got the fist hands on her in the package, and these little karate chop hands right here that look fine enough to me. She also comes with this awesome like energy kick effect. I can't remember what her move is called, but that looks really, really awesome. It's like a translucent plastic that kind of fades from darker blue down to light, and that's really awesome. And then it's got a stand for it with a few segments on it. Really, really nice. So far, so good. She is fantastic. Let's take a look at, let's say, Fei Long next. All right. Fei Long, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see how tall he is. To the top of his head, he is exactly 6 inches tall, which would make the figure 15 centimeters. So he is, if we stand them next to each other, he is significantly taller than her, and I'm 99.9% sure he is supposed to be. Let's take a look at his aesthetic. His face, I think it looks really good. Let me grab his box. Here he is. And let's see how close they got to the artwork that they show us. And for 25 bucks, not exactly right, but I'm not going to freak out about it. I think that looks good enough. His hair is black, and there's no, if there is any like dry brushing in it, it's very faint, but it looks good enough. I always thought that Fei Long had brown hair, but I could be wrong. He's got the crazy eyebrows, and I think that, I think that looks pretty good. Overall, the face looks pretty good. He's got that same kind of, again, I can't tell if it's airbrushing or if that's some kind of tampography type of shading on it throughout his body, and it looks good enough. I've got no problem with it. He's got like a matte kind of finish to his skin. He's not shiny at all. His muscularity is really good. Got a nice little V taper here, nice and slim and lean look to him. I like his build really well. I love these pants. They are nice and textured, and they're plastic, obviously, but they're textured in such a way it almost feels like these are some sort of like silky pants material. It's really nice. I like it a lot. Got his shoes down here, like a off-white, almost kind of yellowish look right there. I think that's just color plastic. I don't think that's paint. Yeah, no, that's paint. That's paint down there, and it's done pretty well. Overall, his build looks really good. Doesn't have wide hips or anything. Let's see how well he moves. Again, his head will go anywhere you want it, and I'm going to guess he's probably on the same kind of system that Chun Li was. And I was wrong. He is on a straight-up double ball peg. And I really like that. I like that it's got kind of a skinny post with a big ball on it. That's really nice. You get a little bit of movement out of his neck, and this moves all around. My only complaint is, see how that that cut slants up like that? So that hinders and limits just a little bit when you lean the head forward, but the head back, lots and lots of room there. So I like that a lot. Shoulders will go out to 90 with no problem. And again, they've got that kind of hinge with the ball peg that goes inside the body. And he has a butterfly joint, and it takes the shoulders back pretty well. And they come across him fairly well too. Like I said, butterfly joints, it doesn't look bad. His sculpt is done really well, and there's some shading in that movable part too. Got a bicep swivel. Again, pinless, double jointed, insert molded elbows that look really good. And that look pretty good. Not super great, but they look pretty good, especially for $25. And they function really well, way past 90. His hand is on a hinge, and it moves really well because he doesn't have anything there to obstruct it. Now his abdomen, got a diaphragm break here, and I'm pretty sure there's probably like a ball peg and a hinge inside there just from the way he's moving. And he will crunch forward pretty decent for you. No gapping and stuff in the back. And he will lean back pretty decently, and with the sculpt continued up through there, so I like that really well. You can twist him at that as well. Not all the way around, but you can get some twist. And you can get some tilt and lean out of him as well. I can't tell. This might be a ball peg. This might just be something to allow it to twist. And you can twist him down here at the waist. It's a little cranky kind of feeling, like cranky, not cranky like in a bad mood, but cranky like it's cranking. You might actually be able to hear that. But, you know, if you keep doing it, you'll hear it. If you can hear it, I don't know. Anyways, but it works really, really well. Let's check his hips out. Again, all the way out to a full split with no problem whatsoever. Very similar system to Chun Li, with just some ball pegs on like a hinge in the center there. The legs don't have a big bunch of space in between them, and I like that really well. Let's see how well he kicks to the front. He kicks to the front really well. They did shape booty cheeks on him, so let's see how well he kicks to back. And he can still kick back a little bit too, even with a butt sculpted on him. So I'm impressed there thus far. Thigh swivel, of course. Pinless double jointed knee, just like Chun Li. Fantastic range, great proportions, and doesn't look horrible from the front either, so I like that. Where would his shin swivel is as hidden down in here by the cuff of his pants, so that will swivel and give you some movement there. Let's check his ankles. All the way down, all the way up, and he gets a nice rocker out of it. Again, no toe hinge and no love lost for me for that as well. So he moves really, really well. Maybe a little bit better than Chun Li did. Ooh, I'm gonna grab her really quick because I forgot to show you all if she kicks forward good, which she does. And even with that booty sculpted there,
hey, sweet cheeks,
you can kick her leg back. Not as well as Fei Long's, but you can do it. I apologize for not showing that a second ago. He moves really, really well, and he looks really good. I mean, that looks fantastic. Let's look at his accessories really quick because he comes with a cool looking, I don't know the name of his leg kick either. That I know this goes on his leg like it's like his leg's on fire or whatever, and it like bounces up and down. This is really cool. This is a soft kind of gummy plastic, translucent, you know, goes from the red and fades down into yellow. Looks really, really cool. It's kind of slick feeling. It's not a complaint, just something I was wanting to point out. I'm gonna put it on his leg really quick because I think this thing looks really cool. Look at that. That looks really, really awesome. And you can put it on either leg, obviously. That effect piece looks really, really cool. And he comes with, just like Chun Li, he comes with two heads, comes with this serious kind of frowning face on him in the package. And he also has this kind of, I don't know, I'll call that a neutral face right there. And it looks pretty good too. He also comes with 4 hands. He's got 2 fist hands on him in the package. And then these kind of martial arts pose kind of hands right there. And they look pretty good too. Decent amount of detail in the tops of the hands. So overall, he looks really, really good. Him and Chun Li kind of neck and neck right now. I don't know. I guess it would be kind of like personal preference which one you would prefer. They both look really, really awesome. Let's check out Ryu real quick. All right. Ryu, he's, as far as figure-wise, he's got the most going on of the 3 because he's got the gi on, you know, and this is removable, and we'll take it off here in just a couple minutes. But let's see how tall he is really quick. To the top of his head, he is right at 6 inches tall as well, which would make him 15 centimeters. And if we hold him next to Fei Long, they are exactly the same height. And if we put him next to Chun Li, he is significantly taller. So I think that works out pretty well. Let's look at his aesthetic. Now, his face is kind of interesting looking. Let's see how close it is to the source material that they've provided. Not too bad, if you can see that. Not too terrible. For 25 bucks, I'm not going to complain at all. That looks pretty darn decent. His hair, again, if there's some like dry brushing in it, it's very, very faint, but it might be there. His little head tie looks good enough. Again, he's got crazy eyebrows just like Fei Long does. He's got that same kind of, again, airbrush or tampography. I can't tell. Somebody down in the comments that knows more about him, tell me which one you all think that actually is. I'm not some expert, so I don't know the difference. His gi looks really good. It's got some shading on the gi to kind of make it look dirty and stuff. And it's actually pretty well placed. It's like in the recesses of the sculpt of the gi. So that looks pretty darn good. The upper part of the gi is a flexible plastic, and that looks pretty cool. His little gloves or whatever, these little wrist and hand pads or whatever these are, they look pretty cool. Nothing too special or crazy going on with them, but they look pretty good. His belt looks good. It's a nice, flexible plastic, and the little words right here on his black belt looks pretty cool. He's got crazy big feet. He's kind of got like Harry and the Hendersons kind of feet, and they've got some shading in between the toes and the toenails, and I like that. That's pretty cool. Let's take his little gi off real quick so we can look at the rest of his sculpt. Give me 2 seconds here. It just pops off. There's like a little peg that's stuck on this one, and the other two just kind of bolt on top of it. Give me 2 seconds here to get him undressed. Somebody cue the sexy music. And here's what the gi looks like when it's off of him. Still looks pretty good with a fantastic like texture to it. That feels almost like some kind of canvas gi or something he's wearing. All right, now his build is a little different than Fei Long's. He's a little thicker and broader. He's not as like lean and skinny, almost kind of a Bruce Lee build that Fei Long has. He's a little stockier. I still like his build. His chest looks a little low and a little flat. I don't know, you would think maybe he's a little thicker, but it still looks really, really good. Tons of that shading. Again, they've got it all over him, and I think that looks really good. They sculpted a butt on him. We'll see if that gets in the way here in a second. Let's look at his articulation really quick. All right, we'll start with his head, because I imagine that he's on a similar system to one of these two, but his head will look down and all around, and his neck moves the best of the three. Hers moves the best between him and Fei Long. His neck moves a little bit better, and let's look and see what it's on. He's on a double ball peg as well. Mine's got some kind of crap stuck to it, but oh well. And his neck doesn't have that upward cut that Fei Long's did, and so I think that his, when we'll go back, we'll kind of compare him. I think his probably moves around a little bit better on that double ball peg than Fei Long's did. His shoulders go out to 90 with zero problem. He's got a butterfly as well. That adds a little bit of range. Actually, I would say it probably takes his arm further back than it does forward, but that's okay. Maybe we'll see if they can get close enough to do the Hadouken, I think is how you say his. Probably not, but you could probably finagle it to get it to kind of do it. Super stiff, because these are those pinless insert molded joints. He's got a bicep swivel. Again, pinless double jointed elbow that looks pretty good, nice and stiff. That's kind of prominent, but that's okay. I'm not going to cry. He's also got a hinge in the wrist, but just like Chun Li, he's got something around his wrist, so it will prevent movement in it a little bit. Otherwise, it would work just fine. His diaphragm is a lot like Chun Li's, so he's got a diaphragm break up here. It's probably a ball peg and a hinge. He doesn't get as much forward as Fei Long does, but he'll get a little bit of back. And again, his sculpt is continued, and I like the look of that. But yeah, the front coming forward, that's not that awesome, but I'm not going to cry. It's not a deal breaker for sure. And you don't get very much twist out of him, but I'll see how it just kind of goes back when I let go. So that's not that great.
Fuck.
But you do get some tilt side to side out of it. And down here, I think it's just a ball peg. Yeah, that's just a ball peg down in there. You probably can't see it. But so you get plenty of twist out of that. And a little bit of, well, actually a lot of a bit of bend there. So that's where most of your crunching movement's going to come from, is this ball peg down here. Now check out his hips. Again, 3 for 3 with a very good split, no dangle or anything, and it's just that ball peg on like a little hinges kind of set up in there. Very, very simple, and it works. I don't know why Marvel Legends can't do that. Front kicks really well. He's got booty cheeks. Let's see how far the legs go back, and this flexes a little bit, so we get a nice kick right there. So that's pretty darn good. Got a thigh swivel that works just fine. Again, pinless double jointed knees that work excellently, and the proportions are great, and again, doesn't look too horrible from the front. So I like it. Now he's got these pants cuffs down here, but if you can see up in there, see how that's got like that plastic that's right there. This isn't hollow, so the bottom of his leg is actually just stuck up in there. So I'm going to guess, yep, that is where his shin swivel comes from, and it works really good. His ankle will go all the way down, and it'll go all the way up, and again, 3 for 3 with a nice ankle rocker. So his articulation is also really good. So these 3 figures, holy crap, are really impressive. Give me 1 second here to get him dressed for the prom, and then we will take a look at his accessories. Bear with me for just a minute. Let me get his Rambo thing over the top and pop that right back on. Bring his belt around, and if you're watching, sorry I wasn't keeping that on the camera. Then you bring it around and you pop him back together, and he's as easy as dressing a little kid. You just got to do it for him, and that's that. So let's look at his accessories really quick. Of course, he comes with 2 head sculpts on him in the package. He comes with this like serious face on him in the package, and I think it looks pretty decent. And let's look at his other head really quick. It is like a teeth gritting angry face, and I think it looks good enough right there. Not too shabby. Teeth are nice and white. Comes with 4 hands again, so a fist hand on him in the package. And he gets these 2 hands right here, probably for his Hadoken, or however you say it. I'm probably saying it wrong. I apologize. Don't hate me. And he also comes with a really cool blast effect. It's kind of a soft plastic. It's actually kind of heavy. It's blue, like transparent, translucent blue that kind of fades out into clear into the front for his Hadoken, or however you say it, move. I have one issue with it. From the front here, you can see his hands together doing the Hadoken. If you can see that, I think you can see that in the camera. But from the sides, you can't, because there's just the layers of plastic keep you from seeing it, and you can't see it from the back either. So that kind of sucks, but not really, because we're mostly going to be looking at it from the side. That's the only reason why it sucks. I mean, if you kind of maybe posed it at an angle or something, you can still see it, and I think that would look pretty cool. And it comes with a nice stand too. So for $25, that is a really good spread of accessories. Let's move into my final thoughts on Wave 1. The final verdict. These guys, this wave, this product, Jada Toys, has done a killer job with these Street Fighter figures. They all 3 look really good in my opinion. If I had to pick a winner of as far as like the best one out of this series, it's a really close one between Fei Long and Chun Li, but I'm going to give it to Chun Li just because she's got a little bit more going on as far as paint and stuff and style of figure that they had to make. So Chun Li's my favorite out of this one, with Fei Long as a very, very close second. And unfortunately, Ryu's at a third, just because his articulation in the diaphragm isn't quite as good. And his Hadoken, where it's set where you can only really tell that's what it is from the front. But other than that, all 3 are super awesome. Let me stand them next to some other $25 6-inch figures, just so you guys can kind of get some comparison. Here's a couple Marvel Legends right here. We got Cowboy Wolverine and Boxer's Deadpool, just so you can kind of tell, he's very similar in size to Chun Li, and he's, just a little bit taller than Ryu and Fei Long. But I think that all looks pretty cool. And again, these are all $25 figures, and you are basically looking at what these guys came with versus all the stuff these guys came with. Just no real comparison. As a whole, this wave, I'm giving it an A. a little bit of room for improvement, and I mean just a little bit, particularly for this price point. You are not going to beat these guys. They are awesome. Highly recommend them. Even if you don't like Street Fighter and stuff, if you just like, 6-inch action figures that look great, move great, and have cool stuff that come with them, check them out. These are awesome, and they're not very expensive. You can get them at Walmart, Target, or wherever. But anyways, that's about all I've got for the Jada Street Fighter Wave 1. I will be doing Wave 2 and 3, hopefully before I get Sagat and Blanca, but who knows. But anyways, with all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.